Hey everyone, Unconventional here. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. And this is something that a video I've been wanting to make, show you guys. Atari 2600 Junior. Now I've noticed on a lot of these, what tends to happen is these cartridge slot tabs right here tend to break off on these models. And then, of course, what happens is you want to play one of your great old school original games, like, say, Missile Command here, that has one of these locking mechanisms. And, well, with those tabs broken off, of course, you've got a problem putting the cartridge in. So I couldn't really find a whole lot out there about how to fix this problem, so I kind of came up with my own solution. Let me show you here. Now, I already took the screws out of the bottom, all right, so that I could just show you this. This has already been done, all right, so just carefully, you don't want to damage this ribbon cable. Okay. It's actually a really simple fix once I figured out how to do it. You know what? I am going to actually unplug this just so I don't risk damaging it. That's right. It actually just pulls out. Okay. Okay. So that I can show you this. This whole thing actually just pulls right out of here. And it just kind of sticks back in. It's kind of weird, but it works. Anyways. So once you got the top off, you'll see what I did, okay, was you come from underneath, all right, here's the, you see there, the solution was I came from underneath, and you want to find some little screws. Now, you see how there's a, I'm going to have to turn this around. All right, you see that? Okay, there's that opening. And there's a little plastic bridge there. That's where the broken tabs were. And then there's the open spot where the circuit board, the pins go in. So if you put a replacement right next to that, it'll still work, because you'll notice that on these cartridges, the slot where it has to push in is wide enough. It's wide enough that it can just be a little bit off the tab. All right, so what I did was you find some screws, and they're going to have to be, you don't want them, okay, you want them to be just the right width, where they'll go in there but not real tight, because you don't want them to be tight, because that plastic in there is very brittle. So that's the one thing you got to be careful. You got to be careful of that, because if you put a screw in there that's too wide and you screw it in there, it's going to wind up cracking, and then you're going to make your problem 10 times worse. So just a disclaimer, if you're doing this, I warned you, do not use too thick of a screw. And then you want it to be the right length, so that it's just about right. It's just about right for opening the interlocking mechanism there. Now, in order to keep them in there tight without having them be too thick, you see what I did is take one of these guys, a little hot glue gun, and just put the hot glue in. You put the hot glue in there first, okay? Just put a little blob. Don't get too much of it in there, but just a blob right where you're going to put the screw. And then as soon as you do it, before the glue hardens, you put the screws in there, and then that will hold it in place. Okay, and actually, as a side note, that actually works well if you're trying to hang a hook somewhere in the drywall or something like that, or some weak material in your house. I found put a little blob of glue right in the hole before you put the screw in, and it holds nicely. So you can see that's nice and tight in there now without the screws being too wide. And then what I did too, you can take like a file and try to grind down the tips of the screws a little bit, just so they're not too sharp. It's not like super necessary, but you know, just so it's not a super sharp edge there. And you'll notice, okay, had the problem, but now got Missile Command here. Of course, one of the best games. As you can see, goes right in. Problem solved. And it's a nice, fairly easy, cheap way to fix this problem. You got your 2600 Junior. I think these are great consoles. Great addition. They're compact and everything. Just that one problem is, for whatever reason, the bad design where a lot of them, the tabs broke off. This hot glue gun, you can pick these up in arts and crafts department at Walmart for like well under $10, I think. And, you know, just a basic Phillips head screwdriver and a couple of screws that fit in there. And, you know, you're good to go. You can go back to playing your original cartridges. So I hope this helped. You know, I'm just putting this out here. Hope it helps someone out fixing this. Let me know what you think in the comments, and share the video if you think it'll help anyone else. Give me a like and subscribe if you want to see my other videos. And well, that's all. I will see you next time. Take care.